Hello, welcome to RT Magazine, a show about Middletown High School, its students, and the community. News about you and for you. I'm Noelle Batti. There are many athletes here at Middletown, and 4 of them will be taking it to the next level. Maddie Parmenter talks to them about their future at the D1 level.
I'm Keely Franklin, and I'm committed to the University of North Carolina, Wilmington for track and field.
My name is Andrew Raymond. I'm going to George Mason University to play baseball.
My name is Kate Stamper. I'm going to UMBC to play lacrosse.
Hi, I'm Ava Allen. I'm going to Clemson University to play track and field.
Charlotte Clanny has been Frederick County's Diver of the Year and won counties the past 3 years she has been in high school. Chris Whitehead and Joe Anderson profile Charlotte and show some of her dives throughout the year.
So whenever I was 12, I broke my ankle really bad when I was doing gymnastics, and I kind of just got into diving because it was a lot less harsh on my body.
Maddie Parmenter gives us a fun and extended Maddie's Minute, asking students, quote, if your life was a movie, what genre would it be and who would play you, unquote.
If your life were a movie, what genre would it be?
It would be action.
Romance?
No, action.
Okay. And who would play you?
This week's show is brought to you by
The Main Cup, located on 14 West Main Street.
It can be a big jump from high school sports to Division I, but a few elite MHS athletes have what it takes. Maddie Parmenter highlights 4 MHS senior committed Division I and their work to get there.
I'm Keely Franklin, and I'm committed to the University of North Carolina, Wilmington for track and field.
My name is Andrew Raymond. I'm going to George Mason University to play baseball.
My name is Kate Stamper. I'm going to UMBC to play lacrosse.
Hi, I'm Ava Allen. I'm going to Clemson University to play track and field.
When did you know you wanted to play a sport in college?
I knew I wanted to play sports in college when I was in middle school and I got into the track and field world.
Probably I want to say 8th grade, 9th grade, once I started getting to high school level, and then I realized I could play a sport at the Division I level.
It started in 9th or 10th grade when my club coach really started to pressure us into starting the recruiting process and thinking about what colleges we might want to go to.
I always knew I wanted to do a sport. It was originally I was going to try to play soccer, and then when I got to high school, that kind of switched to do track.
Why did you want to pursue athletics in college?
The environment of college sports, and both of my parents were college athletes, so I knew I wanted to go in their footsteps and be part of that environment.
I thought the idea of playing and representing a big school was pretty cool. You get to make a lot of new friendships there, and get to play at the next level was great.
Pursuing athletics in college gives you so many more opportunities, and it lets you in with amazing facilities, amazing friends, and it gets you in with a very involved and tight family.
I've always done at least 2 sports at one time, and I kind of thought when I got to college I'd be too bored if I didn't do a sport, and I like playing sports, so I thought might as well.
What did training look like for you to get where you are in your sport?
Training for me looked like constantly in the weight room. I play multiple sports, so in every sport I tried to find the ways to be the most athletic and get the most out of it. Running every day, definitely in the off seasons, was the time where it was the most important, and not just in season, because that's where you get your recruiting done.
I normally hit every day, and I lift 4 times a week, and I'd probably say just years of working out and stuff and working with coaches and stuff has gotten me to where I am today.
Training sessions with coaches outside of my regular practices, and that just would work on my fundamentals, and then I did weight training to work on injury prevention and just being able to be explosive, and I did that for several years.
I lift during school hours and sometimes after school during the winter, and then I have running and jumping practices after school during high school practice, and then over the summer I do pole vault jumping 3 times during the summer, plus playing soccer and doing other sports.
What did the recruitment process look like for you?
The recruitment process for me was kind of different than a lot of people because it's track and field and it's harder to get recruited. So I run AAU track and field, and that's where I got most of my recruiting done. And I had to reach out to a bunch of schools because I throw javelin and the pentathlon, which are not high school sanctioned events. In college, I'm doing javelin, and then I'm also competing in the pentathlon, which is 5 events: the 800, the 60-meter hurdles, high jump, long jump, and shot put.
Our junior year, coaches contact us September 1st, and I got a couple emails then, and then kind of narrowed it down to 3 schools in January, and George Mason was the school that was the closest to home, and I liked the coaches a lot.
Think about what I might want to major in. And then junior year was when I actually started communicating with college coaches, and then narrowing down my top choices, and then picking UMBC.
I started out, I had like a drafted email that I sent to all the schools that I wanted to look at, and then once I had a list of like 15-ish schools that I would be okay with going to, I started narrowing them down. And then over the summer before my senior year, I started kind of reaching out to, or I was talking to the schools that I knew I wanted to go to, which was like 5-ish, and I started talking about official visits and like what it would be like to actually go to that school. And I'm definitely doing pole vault all 4 years, and then after my freshman year, I'm going to see if I can kind of work in doing the heptathlon into my schedule.
What sports did you play growing up, and when did you decide that this was a sport for you?
So my whole life I played basketball, and then in 7th grade I switched over to track and field. It's kind of like I knew I wanted to do track and field in college because I loved it so much and because I was like good at it.
I played basketball, football, baseball, and I played a little bit of soccer when I was little, and I kind of just fell in love with baseball the most, and that was the one that my dad played growing up, so I figured I'd follow in his footsteps and keep playing.
I played a whole bunch of sports. I did soccer, gymnastics, basketball, lacrosse, field hockey. Lacrosse I fell in love with because of how creative it is and the quick pace to it, and it was just a lot different than all the other sports I played.
Growing up, I always played soccer from like ages 3 to now. And then I started doing track when I got into high school. I realized that I actually really liked track and I wanted to do that instead.
Who has been a strong role model for you through this process?
My friends Haley Lucido and Haley Otto, I've run with them my whole life, and watching older kids like put so much hard work and dedication into what they've been doing has always shown me like if I work that hard I can be a college athlete as well.
I'm gonna say my dad. My dad always makes sure I'm working hard and staying humble. Whenever things go too low or too high, he always makes sure I stay even-headed.
My club coach has been a good role model for me. She has really pushed me to get out of my comfort zone and reach out to coaches and do things that I might be a little afraid to do just by myself, and so she's really helped me through the process.
Probably the athletes that I played track with, like when I was an underclassman, so Sophie Frizzell, Justin Lynch, Haley Otto, and Haley Lucido. I looked up to them, and they kind of showed me what to do and how to run for a college team.
How does it feel to be one of 4 seniors committed to D1?
Committing D1 was definitely a really cool experience, and I'm so excited to like pursue that. It's kind of cool because you see a lot of people put in the work, but not everyone gets to take it to the next level, and I get to do it at the highest level.
It's a cool feeling. Not very many people get to go Division I, so it's definitely pretty cool.
It's such a great feeling. I think about it often, how I'm actually going to be going D1, and I think it's so cool and such a great opportunity.
It's definitely really cool, especially going to like a bigger school. Just knowing that I'm at the level as only a select athlete in our school and just in general in the country that can go Division I.
Chris Whitehead sits down with Charlotte Clanny and asks about her diving career.
I dive on a nationally competitive level. So whenever I was 12, I broke my ankle really bad when I was doing gymnastics, and I kind of just like got into diving because it was a lot less harsh on my like body, and I ended up really liking it. So I continued to pursue my career in that. This year in high school, I was undefeated as well as last year, and I also won counties all 3 years of high school, and I won regionals this year. I think it definitely takes a certain type of person to like be able to put yourself out there and kind of be okay with like maybe smacking on your back or your stomach from like high levels. But I think it's definitely very fun, and if you're interested, then I think you should go for it. I really like the way that like you feel after you get a really good entry. Like you just go through the water and there's like no splash, and it like is a really great feeling because you're like, oh, I did that like really nicely, and it is good. I've been diving for about like 2 years on the nationally competitive level, and I kind of got into it like 2 years before that, so probably around like 4 years. Yeah, I mean, going undefeated in my high school season this year up until regionals, and I got 4th in the state, so I was pretty happy about that. So hopefully another undefeated season next year. I would definitely say I have fun while doing it, but I don't really do it just like on my own time. I'm at practice every day, so. Competitive diving, you go off like a diving board, whether that's 1 meter, 3 meter, 5 meter, 7 meter, 10 meter. And whenever you dive for swimming, it's kind of just to like start your race. And for diving, you definitely want to try to like be as tight in your flip and position as possible, and you want to try to go like straight up and down, where swimming is more at like an angle. And it's definitely a lot more like technical and precise. I first dove on a summer team, Frederick Area Divers, and I kind of like already knew how to do flips and stuff from gymnastics, so it was just kind of like learning how to change that into diving. Probably either a front 1.5 or an inward dive. Definitely just like go for it and try to just put yourself out there and do the best you can.
In our RT Plus segment, Maddie Parmenter takes Maddie's Minute to the next level with an extended RT Plus piece.
Welcome back to Maddie's Minute. Let's go. How about this? If your life was a movie, whoa, what genre would it be, and who would play you? Wait, that's kind of fire. Who am I here with?
Jackson Kavanaugh.
And if your life were a movie, what genre would it be, and who would play you?
I don't know, it'd be boring. It'd be like Ryan Reynolds.
He's not boring. He's fire.
I'm just happy all the time, so it'd be Ryan Reynolds. That's all I know.
What genre of movie would you be? Like action, romance, horror?
Probably like action.
Action?
Yeah.
Who am I here with?
Caden.
And if you were in a movie, what genre would it be?
Comedy.
Give me a joke.
No. This is Brian.
Yeah. Oh, a joke? All right. Why did the chicken cross the road?
Shit, let's go on. Do it.
To get to the other side.
Who would play you?
Will Ferrell.
If your life were a movie, what genre would it be?
It would be action.
Romance?
No, action.
Okay. And who would play you?
John Wick.
Yeah.
Yeah?
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
All right, let me see some action moves. Who are you?
James Miller.
And if you could If you're if your life could be any what? If your life was any genre of movie, what would it be?
Basketball.
And who would play you?
Zach F.
Who was your Gabriella?
Keanu Rear.
Oh yeah. Like dribble down the court. All right, now flash to Caden. Caden, stand.
Take the mic, dude.
That's it for this episode of RT Magazine, part of the Roundtable's multimedia experience. Thanks for watching. You can find all of our episodes on MHSRoundtable.com, or you can download our app, Student News Source, for access to our articles, videos, and podcasts. Have a great weekend.